There is a specific type of predator that does not feed on your flesh, your money, or your success. They feed on something far more valuable and finite, your emotional reaction. These people, narcissists, sociopaths, and toxic manipulators, are addicted to the drama they create. When they provoke you, insult you, or gaslight you, they are looking for a spark. If you get angry, they win. If you cry, they win. If you try to explain yourself, they win. Any reaction you give, whether positive or negative, is supply. It proves they control your reality. The only way to defeat a predator that feeds on reaction is to become something that offers no sustenance. You must become as uninteresting, unreactive, and impenetrable as a gray rock. This is the psychological defense protocol known as the gray rock method. It is not passive. It is an aggressive act of emotional starvation designed to make the predator leave you alone. Today, we will dissect the neuroscience behind why this works and why it drives narcissists insane. We will analyze the extinction burst, the dangerous moment when they realize they are losing control and escalate. We will look at how to master strategic boredom to protect your energy in the workplace and in relationships. And we will explore the concept of reactive abuse, where they try to make you look like the crazy one. By the end of this video, you will possess the ultimate shield against psychological warfare. You will learn how to be in a room with your worst enemy and feel absolutely nothing. To understand why gray rock works, you must understand the dopamine loop of the toxic personality. A narcissist's brain is wired differently. They have a fragile ego that requires constant external validation to survive. They cannot self-regulate their self-esteem. They need you to reflect their power back to them. When they yell at you and you yell back, their brain releases dopamine. They feel powerful. They feel seen. They have successfully pushed a button and watched the machine work. You are the machine. To them, even your hatred is better than your indifference. Hatred implies they matter. The gray rock method cuts this supply line. It turns off the dopamine tap. You stop being a source of entertainment. You become a boring object in the background. So, how do you execute this? It is not just about being silent. Silence can be interpreted as the silent treatment, which is aggressive. Gray rock is about being neutral. It is about removing all emotional color from your presence. When they try to provoke you with a chaotic story or an insult, you do not react. You give a non-committal answer. Okay. That's interesting. You keep your face relaxed. No frowning, no smiling, no eye-rolling. You speak in a monotone voice. You strip your speech of adjectives and feelings. You answer only the specific question asked, with the fewest words possible. Did you finish the report? Yes. Not, yes, I did it yesterday because I knew you would ask. Just, yes. You become the psychological equivalent of a dial tone. There is nothing for them to hook onto, no drama to spin, no words to twist. Imagine you are a vampire hunter. The vampire needs blood. You don't fight the vampire with a sword. You simply remove all the blood from the room. They starve. But be warned, the moment you start gray rocking, the situation will get worse before it gets better. This is a behavioral psychology concept called the extinction burst. Think of a vending machine. You put your money in, you press the button, and you get a candy bar. This is the narcissist's relationship with you. They press the insult button, and they get the anger reward. One day, you start gray rocking. They press the button and nothing happens. No anger, no tears. What do? Do they walk away immediately? No. They press the button harder. They start kicking the machine. They start shaking it. They escalate the abuse. They will try everything to get the old reaction back. They will accuse you of not caring. They will bring up your deepest insecurities. They will spread rumors about you. This phase is the extinction burst. It is the desperate tantrum of a losing controller. You must hold the line. If you break, if you finally scream at them after 2 weeks of silence, you teach them a lesson. You teach them, I just need to kick the machine harder to get the reward. You reset the clock. You reinforce the behavior. To win, you must endure the burst without cracking. You must be anti-fragile. Let's analyze the trap of reactive abuse. This is the primary weapon used during the extinction burst. The manipulator will poke you, prod you, and harass you quietly until you finally snap. You explode, you yell, you throw something, you say something mean. In that exact second, the manipulator goes calm. They smile. They pull out their phone and record you. They say, "Look how crazy you are. Look how abusive you are. I'm the victim here." They provoke the reaction and then blame you for reacting. This creates a Darvo loop: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. The gray rock method is the only defense against reactive abuse because you never give them the explosion. You deny them the footage. You deny them the narrative. When they try to provoke you, visualize yourself as a scientist observing a rat in a maze. Oh, look, the subject is attempting a provocation strategy. Interesting. Dissociate from the emotion. View their behavior as a biological reflex, not a personal attack. This detachment is your superpower. It keeps your hands clean. How do you apply this in the workplace with a toxic boss or co-worker? You cannot ignore your boss, but you can gray rock the interaction. Stick strictly to the facts. Talk only about the work. I received the email. I will have it done by 5 p.m. When they try to gossip about colleagues, do not engage. I don't know much about that. When they try to bait you into complaining about the company, stay neutral. I'm just focused on my tasks. Be boring. Be reliable, but be utterly uninteresting as a source of gossip or drama. Eventually, they will stop coming to your desk because you give them no dopamine. They will move on to someone else who feeds their need for chaos. You become invisible to their toxicity, allowing you to focus on your work and your promotion. What about co-parenting with a narcissist? This is the hardest level. You have to communicate for the child, but every text is a trap. Use the BIF method. Brief, informative, friendly, and firm. Pickup is at 3 p.m. Here is the doctor's note. Do not respond to the paragraphs of insults sandwiched between the logistics. Ignore the bait. Extract the data. Respond only to the data. If they say, "You are a terrible mother and you ruined my life, pickup is at 3, you reply, "Confirmed, pickup at 3. This level of discipline is excruciating, but it is the only way to protect your sanity. You are building a firewall between their chaos and your peace. Now we must discuss the internal grey rock. It is not enough to act unreactive on the outside if you are screaming on the inside. If you are seething with rage while sitting silently, they can often sense it. They can read your micro-expressions. They can feel the tension in your body. You must cultivate true indifference. This comes from radical acceptance. Accept that they are a scorpion. A scorpion stings. That is its nature. You do not get angry at a scorpion for being a scorpion. You just stay out of range. Stop hoping they will change. Stop hoping they will apologize. Stop hoping they will understand. Hope is the enemy here. Hope keeps you engaged. Kill the hope and you kill their power over you. There is a risk to the grey rock method that you must know. It can be draining to suppress your authentic self for long periods. If you have to grey rock your partner 24/7, you do not have a partner, you have a hostage taker. Grey rock is not a permanent lifestyle solution for intimate relationships. It is a survival strategy. It is a bridge to get you to the exit. Use it to buy time while you plan your departure. Do not stay in a situation where you have to suppress your soul just to survive. That is a slow death. However, in situations you cannot leave, like a family gathering or a necessary job, it is a shield. It allows you to exist in a toxic environment without being infected by it. Let's look at the psychology of boredom as a weapon. We often underestimate how terrified narcissists are of boredom. Their inner world is a void. It is empty. They need constant stimulation to avoid facing that emptiness. By becoming boring, you become useless to them. They will discard you. And being discarded by a narcissist is the greatest victory you can achieve. You want them to leave. You want them to find a new supply. You are not fighting to win the argument. You are fighting to be left alone. Victory is peace. Beware of the Hoover attempt when you go grey rock. When the abuse doesn't work, they might switch back to love bombing. I miss the old us. Why are you so distant? I bought you a gift. They will try to be charming again to see if they can get a positive reaction, since the negative one failed. Do not fall for it. It is a trap. If you smile and engage, you teach them that charm works, and the cycle resets. Maintain the grey rock. Thank you, but I am busy. I am fine, just working. Consistency is key. You must be a wall, not a door. Ideally, you want to reach a state of stoic indifference, where their insults are just noise like traffic outside a window. You hear it, but you do not let it disturb your internal state. You own your emotional remote control. Imagine you are a deep ocean. The surface might be choppy, but down deep, the water is still. Their storms cannot reach your core. Start practicing today. The next time someone tries to provoke you, online or offline, pause. Feel the urge to defend yourself. Feel the urge to be right, then let it go. Look at them with dead eyes. Shrug. Say, okay, and go back to what you were doing. Watch their confusion. Watch them scramble to regain control. Enjoy the silence of your own power.